All right, and you guys are getting this one a little late. I had some visitors over the weekend, so I was unable to record. And I was trying to avoid doing this on Monday because I had, the Lakers game to watch. I'm not gonna lie, so I'm recording this a little late because I was watching Lakers versus the Rockets. But even with all that being said, I'm kind of free balling this one, a little spitballing, because there's a few trailers I want to check out. Because over the last week, the Nintendo Direct happened. I swear to God, I didn't know there was another one happening. And then I also plan on recording on Wednesday, by the way. So that one's not going to be an auto save. It's more going to be a react because they're going to be doing the Switch 2 Direct on Wednesday, I believe. The 2nd? Yes, Wednesday the 2nd. So that is tomorrow. Because by the time I'm recording this and you guys see the video, it should be tomorrow. So yeah, I'm probably gonna record that day and upload that maybe Friday. But I want to do like a live react to that, so you guys will see that. As you could tell, anybody who works for me, if you know, you know, I'm wearing the same sweater I was wearing today for work. Because I literally just put on pajamas. And yeah, this is me being comfortable. But there's a few. I want to get into the agenda. There's a few things we're going to talk about. I want to talk about the Nintendo Direct. A couple of game trailers that were shown that would interest me, because most of the games that were shown didn't really interest me. Pokemon ZA still continues to not make me want to play that game. It doesn't look like a game that I want to play. So I won't be talking about that. But there was a game called Marvel Cosmic Invasion that looks awesome, and I love a lot of the hallmarks back to the Marvel vs. Capcom series. Is that, if anybody knows me, they know I love the Marvel vs. Capcom series and Super Smash Bros. Series. So any callbacks to those hallmarks from those games, I'm super happy to see that. I want to talk about Metroid Prime 4. I want to watch that trailer with you guys, and then I also want to get into the Legend of Zelda live action announcement that they made over the weekend. And there was actually some news that came out today from an article that I'm going to pull up and we're going to go through it together, that kind of excited me, because I was like, wow, so they already have plans and expect this to be successful. I mean, Mario Brothers was successful, a billion-dollar movie, so I would hope Legend of Zelda. But I'm also going to talk about some of the reservations I have with a Legend of Zelda movie coming. So with that, let's get into autosave episode 10. Thank you if you've been sticking with me for this long. I appreciate you, all the love and support. So yeah, let's get into it. So as I said, over the past week, Nintendo had a Nintendo Direct, and they showed several games that I'm sure most people are interested in. But I want to highlight the ones that I was interested in. So one of the ones that really caught my eye was Marvel Cosmic Invasion. So I want to check this out. It's not that long of a trailer with you guys, and it's a classic beat 'em up. If you ever played Maximum Carnage, if you ever played the old school Avengers game, if you ever played the X-Men game from old school, it's one of those beat 'em ups. This is coming from the same company that made the Ninja Turtle beat 'em up, Shredder's Revenge. And I think the sequel to that, Turtles in Time, something like that. They made that, and they're making this one, and it's just awesome. So I want to check this out with you guys. There you go. That's the company, Dotemu. And this looks so sick. Man, off the bat, they're showing some of my Spider-Man, Venom, Wolverine, some of my favorite characters. Storm. And I heard, as we watched the trailer, that this was only about the first 7 characters, and that there's supposed to be more characters even coming. That's Nova, but I don't know what Nova that is, because that doesn't look like Richard Rider or the kid. I forget his name. I think his name is Sam. That doesn't look like either of them, so I don't know what Nova that is. Look at the Marvel. If anybody played Marvel vs. Capcom, you could kind of tell some of the moves for the Marvel vs. Capcom series that they use, which is awesome. Oh. But it just looks like so much fun for you to play with your friends. It just looks awesome. I'm excited for this. I can't wait for this game. It's supposed to be coming this year around the holidays. So if you have any one of these, you can play on it. Steam for PC, Switch, PS5, PS4, and Xbox. I'm excited for this game. To know your thoughts on the beat 'em up series. I think the last one that I really played with my friends was the Ninja Turtle one. Me and my buddy didn't get to finish the Ninja Turtle one on Steam, but we did finish the Streets of Rage one a while back. It was me, my buddy E, Rox, and another one of our friends. I don't know if he wants me to give out his name. I think it's Tag is School Bus. We played the Streets of Rage game together. I don't know if I still have those videos up because they were from a while ago, but I had a lot of fun. I can't wait. I hope a whole bunch of people that I know get this game too, because it is 4-player co-op, and you kind of, especially with the way things are nowadays, you kind of need those games to play with your friends and just have fun, because man, real world is kind of rough, as we all know. So you need that escape, that getaway. I know for sure I'm going to play Spider-Man. That's a given. I think it's Spider-Man Wolverine, or maybe even of course not maybe Spider-Man Venom. I also want to try Nova. I always liked Nova, even though he was a pain in the arse to deal with in Marvel's Capcom 3 with that option select he had with the forward H. But yeah, I'm excited for that game. So let me know your thoughts. Leave your comments. Let me know if you're gonna get the game. And yeah, I can't wait to play with my friends or anybody else that wants to play out there. And I know there was another game that came out in a Nintendo Direct that I want to talk about, that I mentioned earlier. That was one of the ones that caught my eye, and if anybody seen the Direct, you know it is Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime it was a game that was asked for a long time. It was announced, I forget which E3. I want to say it was announced 2022, 2021. Correct me if I'm wrong. Could be even further back than that. And we didn't see anything from it for a long time. I want to say until a couple of Nintendo Directs ago, recently. I want to say maybe 2024, that we saw like actually some first gameplay. And now they actually put this. And I wasn't expecting this. I thought they were going to show something like this in the Switch 2 trailer, when they gave us the Switch 2 trailer. So I didn't really get to sit down and watch the Metroid Prime 4, but I do want to get this game, so we're gonna watch it together. This is gonna actually be my first time sitting down watching a full overview of it. So let's check it out, and hopefully they show us more footage with the Switch 2. I love the first Metroid Prime. I didn't get the remaster. I should get that and play that before this game comes out. Okay. The music. I wonder if this is running on Switch 1 or Switch 2 hardware. I'm hoping Switch 1, because those textures look a little rough. They're talking about the planet. In order to survive and escape the planet. They're saying that you gotta scan stuff. That's kind of like the library system. I guess it's also gonna highlight areas that you can get past, like that breakable. That's clearly look like a breakable wall. Oh. Okay. Okay, looks smooth. Looks smooth. If there's the Switch 2, I mean, I wouldn't be too mad, because you know what I'm seeing here, that it looks like a stable frame rate, which is the main thing that I want. That's all I really want, is a stable frame rate. Oh, they're saying she's getting psychic abilities in this. It's like it's a device to interact with the world. Oh snap, that's pretty cool. Little wanted. Okay, classic morph ball. Is that a Gundam? Oh, Metroid. Can't have Metroid without Metroids. They gotta pop up somewhere. Okay. Oh, it's coming this year. Maybe it's the same thing like the Marvel Cosmic Invasion. It'll be coming out around the holiday season, which is what I expect. Holiday season around June, because I heard rumors, and we'll find out on Wednesday, that June will be getting the. Oh, what is this? Oh, that costume is cool. Oh, check that out. That was pretty cool. My first time seeing it. It looks nice. What I loved is the my favorite thing about it was the frame rate. The fact that it didn't look like it was chugging, it didn't look like it was slowing down, but then again, there wasn't a lot on screen. So if it was, I would have been really worried, because you know that's been my biggest gripe with the Switch and trying to play games on the Switch. It's just that it's dated. The hardware is dated, and honestly, I think I spoke about this in the last video. What I'm really looking for out of the Nintendo Switch 2 is a solid frame rate. I really want a solid frame rate, because I'm just tired of playing games and watching them chug along and watching them, you know, not, you know, run well. I don't know other way to say it without being facetious, because I don't want Nintendo to come and see this video and be like, we hate you, we'll never do anything with you in the future if I get big. But no, I'm just, you know, I just want a solid frame rate so I can enjoy my games without watching a slideshow, you know, when there's a bunch of stuff on screen. But Metroid Prime 4 looks cool. I hope that they show more gameplay for the Switch 2, and I'm excited to see what happens next with that. Now I want to get into our next topic, and this topic is gonna be it's not gonna be video games. It's gonna be about movies. It's gonna be about the long-awaited Legend of Zelda film and the news we were waiting to hear, because with the success of Super Mario Brothers, the movie, you had to expect that the Legend of Zelda was gonna be made. Mario, Pokemon. And we already had a Pokemon movie with Detective Pikachu, but we haven't had like a traditional Pokemon movie where you have Pokemon, Mario, Kirby, you know, Yoshi, but Yoshi's part of Mario, so you can't really count that as its own thing. You know, you got the foundational characters for Nintendo, right? Yeah, and one of the most popular, closest popularity to Mario, you know, without surpassing it, because Pokemon actually surpasses Mario in sales, surpasses almost all video games in sales actually, is the Legend of Zelda. So fans immediately speculate, are we gonna get a Legend of Zelda movie? And a lot of people think that all of this is boiling up to, and this is also my own geekdom, is that they're doing all these movies and they're gonna make like a big Super Smash Brothers movie, which would be awesome. Okay, but no, a lot of people knew something like this was coming, and it was talked about back in 2023 when it was originally announced. And I want to talk about now some recent news came out, and this is an article coming from GamingBolt.com. It looks like it's posted by, I really don't want to butcher your last name, but I think it's Parijat Shumhankar. Wrote the article, and they announced an entire trilogy for The Legend of Zelda. So let's look at this article. So there was a trilogy already announced, so they're expecting this to do well. It's set to be produced together in New Zealand from November 2025 to April 2027. So it looks like production line, which is I quote, a production tracking website operated by the Film and Television Industry Alliance, reports that production on a planned trilogy of live action The Legend of Zelda films is set to begin later this year. The three movies will seemingly be produced together, with production scheduled to run from November 2025 to April 2026. That's a real short time frame to do a trilogy. I don't know how that's gonna work. That's a little weird. I mean, I don't know how. I would think that movies take longer to produce, but hey, what do I know? So actually, this is what I want to highlight. So this is going to be the summary of the movies. So it says the summary. I quote: the summary reads, "The Legend of Zelda follows Link, a young warrior destined to protect the magical kingdom of Hyrule from the forces of darkness. The land is under threat from Ganon, a ruthless warlord who seeks the Triforce, an ancient relic said to grant limitless power. To stop him, Link must embark on a perilous journey, battling monstrous creatures, exploring treacherous dungeons, and solving intricate puzzles to uncover sacred artifacts that can aid him in his quest." And it says the Legend of Zelda movies being directed by Wes Ball, which he did Maze Runner, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, with series creator Shigeru Miyamoto. He created Mario, Zelda, etc. And Avi Arad, Spider-Man, Venom, X-Men, Uncharted, serving as producers. This is kind of awesome. Now, my big worry about all of this, right, with the movie, I'm excited that they're planning on doing a trilogy, because Legend of Zelda, I feel like, will make an excellent movie. The story is awesome. And the past two games that came out, I know one of my buddies, Unblessed, he's not a big fan of the 3D Legend of Zelda. He's a real 2D guy, Link to the Past guy, which most people are. But I loved the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom games, especially Tears of the Kingdom. It came out during a time where I really needed a game like that, and it was an awesome game to play. And I love Tears of the Kingdom, so I'm super excited for the game. I was super excited for the game, and now I'm super excited for the movie. Now, here's my reservation about this movie, and guys, you correct me if I'm wrong. The Legend of Zelda live action. I want to point that out. The movie is going to be live action. So unlike Mario and unlike Sonic, I don't expect this movie to have any of those kind of CGI actually looking like the characters. Now, who plays Link? Who plays Zelda? And who plays Ganon? Right? Like, you would have to get to all right. One, you'd have to be very careful about who you cast, right? Especially in today's social media age. Two, the fan base for video games can be very toxic. You gamers know what I'm talking about. Community and how we talk to each other, and our fan bases can be extremely toxic, and we're extremely demanding while smelling like garlic and onions, most of you. Yeah, I'm throwing shots. You got extremely demanding people. If there's anything wrong with any of these characters, they will blow it up all over the internet. One thing about the gaming community, if not anything, they are ruthless. And they will destroy an actor before giving them a chance if they see the slightest mishap. Like, this does not look like Link. This does not look like Zelda. Now, I'm not saying that don't cast a 1-for-1. Like, I want them to look like me, myself. I want them to look like the characters, right? But all I know is that I hope that the gaming community is accepting of whoever they cast as the live action, because they can be extremely ruthless. Especially with the memes. Memes came from our community. I don't care what anybody says. Memes came from the gaming nerd community. Okay? So, we will meme the shit out of this movie if the actors don't look like Link and don't look like Zelda. You know, and don't look like Ganon. You know, and don't give us what we're looking for. Now, my whole thing is each movie gonna be one single story? Like, are they gonna have like dungeon, like a movie end in a dungeon, like do like a Lord of the Rings kind of thing in this? Or, you know, I wonder how they're gonna take it. But I'm just afraid of the whole live action concept. Like, I would have rather them take the Mario route, or maybe even take the Sonic route with like some live action characters plus these. But I don't know. I mean, these, if anything, to be fair, if anything, the closest you can get to characters looking live like actual people is maybe Link and Zelda and Ganon, because they They look like actual human beings. They're not like a small guy who turns big with a mushroom. They kind of like, you have adult Link who has like a full body. You have young Link. You have, even Toon Link who's like a younger Link. And then you have Zelda who I think there was an actress floating around called Hunter Schafer who really looks like Zelda. People were saying, but I don't know. I hope this movie does well. I love the Legend of Zelda series. I know there's plenty of fans out there, and give me your thoughts on what you think about this. Leave a comment in the comments and let me know if you're excited for the movie, if you don't mind it being live action, if you wish it wasn't live action, if you wish we got a more clearer understanding of what they meant about it being a trilogy. Also, let me know who you think should be playing these characters. Like leave in the comments like any suggestions you have, like or hopes and wishes you have. I for one think that the movie I for one also want to know what plot are they gonna do, an original plot, or are they gonna follow one of the games? And if they're gonna follow one of the games, are they doing like the Breath of the Wild trilogy? Are they gonna do like Ocarina of Time? Are they gonna do a Link to the Past? Those all seem like the more viable ones I could see them doing, but who knows? Let's see. It's supposed to be coming 2027, I think. Actually, let me look at the article one more time. Ooh, yeah, March 26, 2027. That's crazy. That's right after my wife and two of my sisters' birthdays. So I don't know. I'm excited. I can't wait. Now, to change topics, let's now give you your answer on the horror story from last week. Was it fact? Was it fiction? It's time to find out. Alrighty, so that last week's story was a bit of a trick. So, the Madame Lalaurie house was real. There was a slave owner by the name of Madame Lalaurie who did own slaves. Now, back during the era of slavery, it was in New Orleans, there was a law that your slaves had to be well kept, well fed, well dressed. It came out after the fire that found that she was actually torturing her slaves and mistreating them, and that caused her to be ostracized by the town, and eventually her having to give up the house, wound up getting it back. It became this whole thing, of course, until slavery was abolished. But that was correct. I said correct. That was a true thing, that there was a Madame Lalaurie house, but there was never any stories of any missing kids. The stories about the house being haunted is true, but there was no missing kids story. That was all made up by me. Let me know if you liked the story, if you thought it was a good one. It was my first one making up, so if you put false, you were correct. But it was a kind of a trick because it was based on a real setting. So I think Martini in the last one, I saw that you put false. You got this one right. So kudos to you, and anybody who thought it was false, kudos to you. To next time when we do our is it real or not stories with me. But like I always say, thank you for, if you were still watching, thank you for keeping up with autosave this far. I do this for you guys, for everybody that asked me to do a podcast or to start a podcast in general. But like I always say, you don't need a memory card no more. You don't gotta have that floppy disk or hard drive, SSD, NVMe, because I'm gonna save it for you. Here we autosave. Like, share, subscribe if you like what I'm doing, and I'll see you next time.